And so there has to be this point in your life where what you want is so much greater than where you are. You're in such discomfort. In other words, the gap between what you're dreaming of, what you're destined to do, what you're capable of, you're aware of it.
I want to inspire you to become the best you that you can be. Everybody else is taken. You can do the easy things in life.
I don't have a negative opinion of them. Just like I don't have a negative opinion of someone that prioritizes things differently than me. It's fine.
Every day I wake up and think of my ideal life. I have so many goals that I want to accomplish. I have so much that I want to do. I have a vision of my life. I'm nowhere near where I want to be at times. I get overwhelmed, and I become so impatient with myself.
Compared to where you are, that tension between the two has a pull power to it, right? And so it's important all the time that wherever you are in life, that you're chasing that next version of you. There's this thing I'm just unbelievably passionate about. That is that I have this theory that I've told you this before, but that I think that at the end of your life, there's this place you come to, and I'm a Christian, so I think at the end of my life, I want the Lord to go, hey, well done, good and faithful servant. It doesn't matter what your faith is. You probably are aware there's history being made or an accounting. But I also think he's gonna go, hey, by the way, this is who you could have been. I think he introduces you to the person you are capable of becoming. I really believe that at the end of your life, you're gonna get introduced to the person you could have been, you were destined to be, that he made you to be.
If you do those easy things, life is gonna be hard, I promise you. But if you go about it and do those hard things, those things that nobody want to do, those things that people say, oh man, I gotta get up and do that today, then life will be easy. It's a choice that you have to make whenever you're ready. Write down exactly what you want to achieve, and then every single day, as many times as possible, read it to yourself. If you want to make $1 million a year, write down on that piece of paper, I make $1 million a year. I am healthy. I am happy. I have the love of my life.
And so I'm chasing that dude. Every day I'm chasing that dude. That's the pull power for me. Every decision I make, the things I go through in my life, whether I'm gonna go to the gym, whether I'm gonna make a phone call, how I'm gonna eat, does it get me closer to that guy? Because I think the best end of a life is well done by the Lord, and you're identical twins with that person. The bad end of a life would be, I meet this man I could have been, and we're total strangers. I mean, we're just complete opposites. I know nothing about this guy. There's no familiarity at all. And it means that I went down these easy roads. I took the comfortable road. The comfortable road will never lead you to the person you are destined to be, ever in your life. And so if you don't become obsessed with chasing that person, you end up never meeting him.
Rule number 7, master the art of persuasion.
Persuasion in anything. So if you want to persuade your children, if you want to persuade someone to take a look at your faith, if you want to persuade someone in business, if you want to persuade someone to help you in anything or help them in anything, it's real simple for me. Monster belief.
Write it down and repeat it every single day. You want to be great. You want to be special. You want to be wealthy. You want to be a billionaire. You want to be the best basketball player. You want to be the best football player. You want to be the best soccer player. You want to be the best surgeon, the best doctor, the best father. Whatever your best is going to be, whatever the best that you want it to be, you got to get up and you got to change. You got to do something that you never thought you would do. You got to do something that people don't expect you to do. You got to go ahead and rewrite your own history. Stop waiting for somebody to come in there, swoop you off your feet, make your life perfect, make your life great. You got to do it. You have to be the change in your life that you want to happen. You cannot depend on anybody. The only person I'm going to ever bet on in this world is myself. Because I know that's the one thing I can control. My attitude, my mentality. Yes, my mentality. I'm the only person that got control over that. If you let somebody piss you off, you let somebody get you mad, shame on you. Stop doing what you're doing every single day unless you are dedicated to being great. Now get up there, get outside, and go make change happen for you and your family right here, right now, today. My 10-year-old son literally brought me to tears 2 days ago, I believe. I think it was 2 days ago. I'm cleaning up his room, picking up some of the stuff, and I see these index cards, and I was like, oh man, that's so crazy. I was looking for some index cards. So I go to take the index cards, to write my goals, to put them into the universe, to state them down on an index card, and it says do not touch. I'm like, what the heck? So I flipped it over. I started to read what my son wrote, and it brought me to tears. This child is 10 years old. He wrote a speech that he's going to give when he goes into the NFL draft, and he doesn't know exactly what team he's going to get drafted by yet. But he thanked me, he thanked his high school coach, he thanked his JV coach, he thanked coaches he doesn't even have yet. Guys, he didn't stop there. He wrote his Hall of Fame speech.
I truly feel sometimes I'm just falling by. I feel at times the clock is winding down. It truly is a struggle to stay positive and motivated. Sometimes, like most people, I want to throw in a town and just give up. Sometimes it just feels like there's just no use, there's just too much ground to cover.
It's perfectly fine. I get it. And
It's
I'm
like
okay.
you're
I'm
different.
okay with that. And I'm not looking around going, wow, I wish I had more people to hang out with. It's
Yes.
lonely up here.
And
there was when I was in my first SEAL platoon, we went to Guam. When we got there,
Sure.
there was a guy,
Oh, yeah.
and I don't even know who did it. I don't know who this was, but there was a SEAL that left like a surf ski. You know what that is? It's like,
No.
it's basically like a kayak that you sit on top of. Anyways, and there's just a little note to himself. It said, "The higher, the fewer." Meaning like, hey, because he was training hard for what I don't even know who it was. He said, the higher, the fewer. So that's the same thing. I don't have an issue with it. You know,
Even
that's
that
what I
you-
tell kids too, because that's the whole bullying thing. Is kids get the feeling that being alone is bad.
Yeah.
Like being alone is not a bad thing. You should be comfortable being alone.
That's beautiful, matches my blueprint. Rock and roll, I'm happy as can be. Somebody else can look like a twig and be stressed out saying, I hate my body. Because their blueprint says I should be the skinniest thing on earth, and I'm not skinny enough. Am I making sense? When your life conditions don't match your blueprint, you're gonna have pain. But here's when you suffer. When I ask people, who here has been through the dark night of the soul? Who's been here in a situation where you feel like life isn't worth living, or we feel like a pain that just will never go away? And a lot of people write down those experiences, like Joaquin, so you begin to understand what the issue is I'm talking about here. Joaquin, if you recall, was in a situation where this man felt like there was no reason to live. He couldn't work, he couldn't do anything, his life was worthless. Why did he think that? Because he had a blueprint. And his blueprint said, I need to be an NBA basketball player, at least a professional basketball player.
I need to cover it so that I can get where I need to be. I need to constantly remind myself over and over again, I am not yet where I want to be, but I know I'll get there. I am not where I want to be, but I am so grateful. I am not where I used to be. I am talking to those people that are just about to give up.
Yeah,
But-
and if it gets to a point where I'm not okay with it, then I adjust the balance. But you've got to play in the long-term game, not the short-term gratification.
When I was going through Ranger School, we had to do a lot of spot checks. A spot check is basically, you don't have time to get all your gear laid out to make sure you have all your shit. So a spot check is maybe they'll check out 2 items. Maybe making sure you have your extra batteries, extra ammo, whatever it may be. The whole idea of a spot check is to make sure that you're staying squared away, because you don't know what kind of item they're gonna check on. So how does that apply to your life? This is how it applies. You wanna make sure you spot check yourself, make sure you stay dialed in at all times. It's also important to check, spot check your boys, your girls. Make sure that they're staying hard. Call them up in the middle of the night. Give them a call and say, hey, tomorrow at 8 o'clock, we're gonna fucking get after it. Make sure they're staying dialed in. We have 2 voices in our mind. And boy, I know they're fucking true.
I need to be able to make money and have this great lifestyle because that's what makes me worthwhile as a human being. That's what makes my family respect me. My mother, my uncles, my aunts. I'm the successful one in the family and I make the money. I support everybody. He's a good man. He didn't come just to be successful. He took care of his mother, his family. He tried to be an inspiration for people. Joaquin Hawkins is a man who was always going out on his free time and training kids and showing them the pathway to freedom. How they could play basketball and get free like he did and get out of the inner city. This man is not a selfish man, but he knew this is the way to be worthwhile. This is the way to be able to give to people. This is the way to take care of your family. And all of a sudden, one night, what happened? That way was taken from him. He has a stroke. In the middle of the night, his life conditions make it impossible to be who he has to be, or he feels like he's worthless. You get it?
I am here, ladies and gentlemen, to cheer you on, to let you know that you, my friends, are going to get there. You're going to get that promotion, you are. Going to complete that marathon, and you are. Going to run for your life. Whatever you are working towards, we're going to get there, but you got to get crystal clear what it is you want, what it is that you are seeking for, what is you truly want. You must know. You've got to know that you're going to get there.